Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. And in this one, we're going to talk about an interesting way how farmers in America could be saved. Let's get into it. So it's no secret that farmers are having a lot of issues in America. And of course, the food that we're putting into our bodies, well, kind of sucks and does affect, everything else that goes on in our body. So why not start with the root of everything, no pun intended, and solve there so that you can have a better future and put better things in your body? I mean, some of the things these farmers are going through, whether it's economic pressures because large corporations are buying their companies or their farms and, using them. There's labor shortages, there's harsh terrain and environmental conditions, and then, of course, the succession planning. I mean, when you're outdoors, it's very difficult to go ahead and plan accordingly because, well, Mother Nature laughs last, as they say. And with that, I came up with some type of solutions using AI, especially Google's Bard, because it's free. So if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I will not only show you not only how we can optimize and solve this problem, but give you a solution on how you could go ahead and give this to whoever you know that has a farm so that they could go ahead and capitalize on this for themselves and have the resources to do so. So let's start talking about things like vertical farming. Now, I know some people have heard of vertical farming and things like that, but what is it? Really, in essence, vertical farming is essentially when you have these, they look like pillars, but you can grow food in a vertical fashion. So let's say you have a 25-foot stalk or 25-foot planter, and there's a area of, let's say, 100 square feet. For the area of 100 square feet with that 25-foot planter, and there's multiple of them, you can produce a hell of a lot more crops, fruits, vegetables, grains, and everything else than traditional farming due to the fact that not only are you going horizontally, but you are also growing vertically. So, I did some research and I found this. Vertical farms can produce an increased yield of 5 to 20 times more compared to traditional farming due to stacked layers and controlled environments. Remember, when you're doing vertical farming, it's a controlled environment. Things are indoors. So you'll be able to control things like temperature. You won't have to worry so much about things like pesticides and things like that or chemicals because you'll be able to control things in a captivated environment, similar to like a greenhouse where you can kind of control the things coming in and out, so on and so forth, but you still have light and everything else. And it does get better. So when it comes to things like wheat, vertical farms are still trying to figure out how to go ahead and produce wheat on a large scale there because of the length and these growth and things like that. However, when it comes to things like fruits and vegetables, there is a 3 to 5 times increase when it comes to the development of that, and that's already out there. And then, of course, how do we optimize this? Because some of the things that are, going to impact this, and I'm looking at my information right here. It says here, some notes: vertical farms typically have higher production costs than traditional farms. This is because it's indoors and there is a energy demand on this. And the energy consumption for lighting, climate control in vertical farms is a significant portion. So, things like, how do I say this? Solar will definitely improve this. And so I actually asked AI if applying solar power to a vertical farm by way of a localized solar farm would not only would improve the energy issue. It said you're absolutely right. Integrating solar power with vertical farms will not only benefit the farm, but they'll have their own source of energy, so they won't be dependent on the power grid and everything else. On top of that, it also mitigates a lot of increased costs. However, there's also a reduced cost to certain things like the pesticides and chemicals that they were spraying earlier. The fact that we're building vertically and we're covering, a similar amount of area, area is the fact that we're also able to produce more crops and vegetables all compounds into a bundle of savings, not only for the farmers, but whoever's investing in this as well. On top of it, you can go ahead and go into and break into somewhat of the organic space because you're not having to put so much pesticides and everything else into these crops due to the controlled environment, and now being energy independent due to the solar power. So, benefits to integrating this, according to AI, is, well, public perception's one of them. For all you investors, we all know how much branding is important, and I think that would look good as far as your green footprint is concerned. Of course, when it comes to green footprints, it also reduces the carbon footprint, has lower operating costs, and increased energy independence, which is extremely beneficial. So, last but not least, there's also health benefits and work benefits. So let's talk about the work benefits because I'm sure we know by now that I mentioned chemicals and things like that. And of course, with chemicals and crap that you put into your body, of course, those toxins are going to do something to it. And, to prevent that, well, this is my solution for it. I went ahead and I looked up a couple things. So, what are some work benefits that people will get from this? Well, reduced exposure to harsh weather conditions, which I'm sure anybody working on a farm can talk about. Where there is normally not year round work, now there can be year round employment, creating more jobs because it's a vertical farm and there's some technology that's going to be incorporated into it. Well, this also incorporates the growth of jobs within the farming community, as well as the integration of technology to it, which will only benefit the future. And then, of course, improve the working conditions because you'll be in an enclosed environment. Normally, with AC, you'll be more comfortable, which means the amount of work hours, the amount of happiness and satisfaction will also increase over time. So, for those of you who made it this far and you're wondering, hey, how can I go ahead and pass this on, or how can we go about getting this done? Well, I also looked up grants and angel investors that provide resources, whether it's federal grants, state grants, etc., or angel investors interested in this area. And I have a link on the bottom in the description that goes to the exact conversation that I had with Google's Bard AI. And as long as you have a Google account, it is completely free. You can click that link, see the whole conversation that I just had with you in this video. And then at the bottom, there is a whole list of links for you to go ahead and gain access to things like the USDA Rural Development Grants, which provides grants to Rural Energy for America programs, so on and so forth. Let's see here, another nonprofit that does things. And then, of course, there's some links to angel investors and other resources. So this is my gift to you. And of course, fighting back against everything else that's been going on. I mean, I think if we can start at the root of the problem, which is normally what you put in your body, we could get rid of a lot of diseases, sickness, and everything else. So if this was helpful, go ahead and smash that like button. For more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. And please, by all means, if you found this helpful, click the link below, pass it forward to whoever you need to, and share this video with as many people as possible. Till next time, my friends, take care. Bye-bye. Mwah. I love you.